Hey folks, and welcome back to the mountain. You can see Woodmizer hat, Woodmizer in the background. We're going to be doing some milling today. We're going to go take care of the rest of that tree that I felled a couple weeks ago. As you can see, I've already been a little bit busy back here cutting up some slabs off the sawmill. Those we'll use in our fire pit. So let's go cut up that tree. As you look at this tree, she's nice and straight till right about there, and then it's got this crook in it. So what I'm going to wind up doing, because like 7 feet is like right there, so I'm going to wind up cutting some 6-footers out of this, because I'll get a lot more wood, a lot more lumber if I cut 6-footers. I'm going to cut some 6-foot 2x4s out of this. We're going to have to cut that crook out of there, and then we'll do a straight piece from there forward, and the rest will just be firewood. So let's go ahead and get this piece cut, and then we'll get it onto the sawmill. Alright, so that's cut. We got a really dull chain. We're going to have to swap that out. So we're going to go ahead, get this on the sawmill. Alright folks, so what I have, I've got all these little dead trees here that are like blocking the access. So I'm going to go ahead and push them over with the tractor, just get them out of my way. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my forks back on and pick up that log and bring it over to the mill. You know, it's dawned on me, people might not know what I'm doing back here while I'm running the mill, so I'm going to show you how the mill operates. Here's the back of the mill, with the engine and the controls. So over here on the engine we have the key and the choke. You've seen me start it. So this wheel here controls the height of the blade. And as you see right here, I have this little gauge. So as I turn this, that goes up. And this is numbers on it. These are measurements in inches, the height of the blade off the deck. Every revolution of this is 2 inches. So right now we're on 8 inches. And if I crank this around all the way so that arrow is back right there where it was, okay, we're now on 10 inches. So if I go halfway, it's only 1 inch. So that's how I move that up and down. That's why you see me moving that down all around. Now, there's 2 ways to move the saw head back and forth. I can either push on this bar like this, or I have this crank right here, and I grab that, and that moves the saw head back and forth like that. This lever engages the clutch and starts the blade to spin. like that, and then the blade will start spinning. Undo it like that, and it'll stop. This lever is for the guide, for the blade guide. You push that and it moves that blade guide back and forth. And what that does is, this is the blade guide here. It's for the blade, and the blade will ride on that pulley when there's tension on the blade. Right now there is no tension on the blade. Go back out front. This adjusts the amount of liquid that comes down through to lubricate the blade. That comes from that tank. It comes down and the tube comes out next to the blade and lubricates the blade as it cuts. And then this lever over here is the tension that I was talking about on the blade. Now the blade is under tension, so we can cut just fine, and we release the tension when we're done. That way it doesn't stay on the whole time. And that's about it. And it's not that complicated to operate, but it does a great job. So I'm looking at this log here, and I see it's got this knob right here. I'm going to turn that so it's facing up, and we're going to chop that right off. See this big old knot here? I'm going to take that right off. There we go. Move my clamps down a little bit. I'll go ahead and clamp this in. That should be enough to get it going. I don't know about you folks, but I'm really liking this point of view for the sawmill videos. I was gonna get the drone back up today, but we've got storms coming through later on, and it's really windy, and that little drone would just be blown all over. So before we get started, we got to go ahead and fire up the sawmill, get it lubed up, let it warm up, and then we'll get to cutting. Alright, this should be really interesting. Looks like we got some type of a wasp or hornet's nest inside the mill. It's inside that cover over there somewhere, so this ought to get interesting real fast. Alright, I don't see a nest. I'm going to go ahead and get the blade spinning and see what happens. Okay, so there is a wasp nest on the underside of the chute. So we're going to go ahead and knock that down, and we're going to keep going. They're not happy at all right now. Alright, it seems most of the wasps have left. The ones that stayed, I sprayed with some automatic transmission fluid. I don't think they'll hang around much longer. Alright, we're going to go ahead and roll this log and cut the other side. Much better. Yes, sir. Alright, I'm going to turn this 180. I got some weight on these, but for what I want these 2x for, it's no big deal. This is just for some projects around the homestead. These aren't going to have to be graded or anything. It's just for our own personal use around the homestead. We got a couple projects coming up. So let's go ahead and get these cut. Alright, let's see. What height can we go to here? You know what? We're going to go down to 11 and see what we get. I'm cutting some lumber. Alright, so now one more. My big tennis. I don't mind though. Alright, so now we're at 10 inches there. Hold it back. Alright, so what we got now, we're 10 inches here, and we're like 11 inches here. And my length, I think I cut it around 6 foot. Yeah, 6 foot, 1.5 inches. Hey, wasps, get away. Boy, they're still not happy with me. Wonder why. So what we're going to do, we're at 10 inches high now. We're going to make 5 2-inch cuts. Then we're going to flip them. We're going to do 3 2x4s. Actually, 2 2x4s and then a 2x3. So let's go ahead and cut this down. So we're going to go down 2 inches each one. We're at 10, we'll go to 8. Drop it down actually don't have enough room to do that. We gotta knock the top one off. So we'll do that. Now, we get two. And not quite yet, because it's cold. Nice. Beautiful. That's like butter. I don't know, man. We got some beautiful 2x11s here. Alright, let's go ahead and... You know what? I think I'll do 2 and 2. 3 and 2, rather. Just because I can. Boy, these wasps are not happy with me right now. Just pushed a couple. It's pretty good lumber here. Not what I meant to do. Alright, let's put that one over there. Like that. We'll go ahead and clamp these three together. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut these three and then I'll cut the other two together. So we have 11 inches. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop the first one down to 8. That'll give me 2x3s. And then I'm going to do 2x4s. So I'll wind up with 10 2x4s and 5 2x3s. Here's my 2x3s. Whoops. Hopefully you stay in place, right? Not bad looking little sticks. Now once again, these don't have to be graded or anything. If I had a knot like this one here, I don't know if you can see that, I would not be able to grade that. That's too big of a knot. It's way too big, but for what I'm going to be using these for, it's fine. But I could not grade that as number 2 structural lumber. Alright, let's get these up there. And we'll make those same cuts. Alright folks, so that's it. We got 10 2x4s and 5 2x3s. So we can go ahead and put them, we'll stick and stack them, and then we're ready for our project. Alright folks, we're going to go ahead and call that a day. We're done with the mill for the day. We're going to go ahead and sticker and stack all our lumber. So keep up. We got some projects coming up. I got a lot more cutting to do with the sawmill. So once again, if you like our videos, subscribe, hit the notification bell, give us a thumbs up if you really like it. Ask questions, put questions in the comments, what you want to see, what you don't. You can maybe not do the negative comments. It's up to you. I don't know. So everybody have a good day, and once again from the mountain, everybody, God bless.